Hey there, hi there, ho there. Got a quick little silly video for y'all today. Um, I got a bunch of Pokemon cards from my grandma for Christmas here, and I just found this extremely amusing, and just wanted to show y'all and give y'all a little piece of entertainment for today. I pulled out 3 cards here on my little tray here from my old collection here, and I actually have only opened from my grandma's set here, I think like 2 packets. Now, I guess for some background, my grandma's always been known to find some interesting budget items here and there. In fact, even like for a long time now, I've actually had a bunch of Pokemon cards from maybe about 15 plus years ago that were like, I think German, maybe some French, I forget. But foreign cards with no real explanation as to why. I have no idea how she got a hold of these. I've never seen booster packs with foreign cards in them, but sure enough, she got my cousin and I a bunch of sets. Somewhere, somehow, for various couple years of Christmas, I believe. Yeah, like here, for example, I think this is a German Poliwrath in the middle here, if I'm not mistaken. I don't speak German, so I can't tell. If I ever got a card of the English version, I usually got rid of the foreign ones, so I have less than I used to, which is unfortunate, because now that I don't know, I have a more bigger appreciation for that now. I might have saved them, but, yeah. See, you got a Caterpie here, and you got an Amistar. But as far as I can tell, these are all, they're not English, but they're legit. They feel the same as their English counterparts. They look the same in every way, except for obviously the language. All seems well, so, there's no signs of it being fishy in any way. In fact, this English one has a weird mark on it. I'm just noticing. That's weird. But yeah, nothing's bizarre. However, there's a reason I've pulled out 3 cards to look at closely here today, because I want to look at just to have them here for a standard. We can see what has changed and what hasn't. And that'll be important here because, well, you who do buy cards from like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon or whatever, you probably have this kind of sense, but might not know it. Sometimes when you pick up a pack of cards, you can feel something's off already. You just, the weight's off, there's something wrong, maybe the texture of the foil's off, I don't know, little red flags might start going off, and that was the case with these, and sure enough, it only got worse as I went on, because not only did I notice some odd things with the cards within, which I'll get to here, but as I dug through the packs, I found, well, first of all, I've never seen this. This may or may not be a real thing. I'll have to look into this more. But these packs here have 3 cards within them. I've never seen packs that have 3. I've only seen 10. Maybe that's a thing I don't know about. I'll have to look into it. But I also haven't opened those packs yet, so I don't know if there's anything weird. What really stood off okay, my grandma got some sketchy cards. What was these little magical numbers here? Pokemon Go trading card game, and they go through the trouble of putting this info on the back, the game is compatible with the Pokemon Go Plus, an upcoming Bluetooth device that allows players to enjoy the game without looking at their phone. So I don't own that device. I don't actually know if it's out yet, but I'm pretty sure all it does is let you know when a Pokemon has appeared near you without having your phone out and burning the battery up. I don't know how these cards could possibly be compatible with it. I'm pretty sure these Pokemon Go cards do not exist. And just to get this part out of the way, when you open them, sure enough, and I've actually had some other friends come across these at other points too, and so I kind of knew what to expect here. Oops, sorry, I gotta use my teeth. Ow. Well, okay. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to open this with one hand again. Let me see if I can just lean the phone up. Nope, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna let you see my ceiling for a sec. 1 sec. And possibly my face, who knows. Okay. There we go. Sorry about that. So yeah, those of you who play Pokemon Go might notice, these are screenshots of the game, I'm pretty sure, with rock, paper, scissors symbols just kind of pasted onto them, and some really funky holographic effect on them. And I don't know what Pokemon Go stats... Oh, also, didn't notice that before. Goat! That's supposed to be Golbat. They forgot 2 letters. That is quality right there. I wonder if that was a nickname or if they just really screwed up that badly. Which I don't understand, because these are... they're screenshots of a phone. Like, this is just like the screenshots of like the status screen of a Pokemon Go, like, Pokemon status menu thing'em. So, I don't know. These are beautiful. Wonder if there's any other typos in here. We got Doduo, Growlithe, Tentacool. Those look pretty well spelled. Oh. Shoop. They also have like a really weird texture. Oh, here's the back, by the way. It's just, yeah. It's ugly. It's a very weird cardstock. It doesn't feel like any other cardstock I've ever felt before. Eradicate. That's interesting. And a Pikachu. We got a Pikachu. And oh wow, see, like, and the rock, paper, scissors symbols in a different spot. And this is like, I think these are the things that come up like when you first catch something, and it tells you what candies and Stardust you get from catching them, and not all of them have that. So these were like, not only screenshots from a phone, but screenshots taken at inconsistent times with inconsistent material. That's ridiculous. That is glorious. So, there's those. I'm actually gonna pause. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Just had to check on something. So we went through the little Pokemon Go cards. I'm not going to bother opening this up for the time being, just because I have one hand and it'll be too difficult. I just want to get through this and get through my main point here. I do have this pack of cards from Evolutions opened up, and so we're probably going to go through those. I'm curious about these Roaring Skies up here, because these are the 3-card ones, and they might actually be legit. I don't actually know. I'm pretty confident if these 2 Evolutions packs came from the same place, they're not as legitimate, and we're going to see why right here. So, up here I have actually a card from over 20 years ago. This is the very first card I ever saw opening my very first booster pack. So it's quite old. It's like from the base set. This one's closer to I don't know, like a little 10 to 15 years ago. It's from EX Hidden Legends, I believe. Just a cute little Blossom card. And this card actually came from this same set, Evolutions. It's a legit Evolutions card, though. It's got the the symbol for the Evolutions set down at the, you can't really see it, but it's out of focus. Yeah, there we go. Down at the bottom there. And in this set, their whole thing was like reprinting old cards, not completely the same, but like with the just reprintings of old artwork, a little bit touched up. So it's, that's what you can see. What changed in over 20 years is like they touched up the colors a little bit. They're a little darker, a little more saturated. The borders slightly lighter and of a slightly different size. But the borders are even both ways. The organization of the stats on the card are a little different. What hasn't changed, and this is important, between all 3 of these, is the font. The font is pretty much the same. Like sometimes it's like barely thinner and like arranged a little more differently, but barely different size in some cases. But the font is essentially the same. The backs of these, over time, have been pretty much the same. Like they're generally the same at the very least. They have gone through some different color changes a little bit, like that middle one's a fair bit lighter than both, for example. So you might expect that kind of change, and that wouldn't be a sign of shadiness. Um, what would be, though, as we'll see, is lower fidelity, and it'll be really hard to show on this camera, so I'll just tell you now. If you like compare to a legit card, usually the backs of these, you'll see like a weird colored graininess, especially along the white part of the Pokeball. So keep an eye out for that. And usually the pictures will just be just fuzzy enough to be concerning. Like, obviously that's a little fuzzy, but with what you see in these, I don't know, there's a quality difference that you can just, I feel like you can just kind of pick up by looking at. So here's what we got. And sure enough, you might not be able to see it through the camera here, but the backs of these are just fuzzy. That's just, all you're seeing is camera fuzziness, so, can't be helped. Sure enough, there's a texture difference from the get-go. Let's look at this Charmander, actually, because this is like an old, it's a reprint of an old one. It's, let's see if we can actually get a good view on it here. Nope, the camera's not going to allow it, but take my word for it, it's super grainy and fuzzy. It's really ugly. And sure enough, you can see this is supposed to be from the same set, so you'd expect consistency between the two. The fonts are different. This is the one to the right. It's a little more angular, and it has a little. I think, are those some serifs on that S there? I don't know. It's not a consistent thickness in the letter shape like you see on the left. It's more of a stylized kind of thing. And I need to learn my font words so I can express this a little better. The numbers are okay. The letters are absolutely not, as you can see on the top end, the attacks there. You can just see the C's are completely different thickness, different size. And I don't know if this one has the problem, but sometimes the borders are like off-center slightly on fake cards like this. And they're very prone to typos. One of the most famous instances was a Jinx card I got that they mistyped it as Junks, which is hilarious. Yeah, and so the other major thing is there's a huge texture difference. This is like I don't know, it feels like every other card I've ever gotten. Same with these. But this is like slippery. It feels like it's been laminated. It doesn't, you might be able to see it slightly shinier too. I'm not entirely sure how well that shows up, but it feels like plastic, and it's like a barely slightly different thickness in cardstock, and it's so weird. I've never felt a card like this before. It's not even the same as the Pokemon Go ones. And all the rest are the same. And beyond that, these are some of the better, aside from the font issues, these are some of the better forgeries I've ever gotten. There's a local festival we have where someone comes from out of town and seemingly also out of country who sells this box full of booster packs, and they're almost always fakes. And those are just full of typos and often aren't even Pokemon. It's kind of hilarious. So the other red flag that came out, or came to mind here with this whole pack that I want to share is almost in every booster pack, it's some arrangement, at least as far as I've been aware, it's some arrangement of you get one rare, 2 or 3 uncommons, and the rest are commons. And the way you can tell that is there's a little symbol in the bottom right-hand corner. Let's see if you can see it. There's the, it's out of focus. There we go. There's the most right is the the set symbol from what set this came from. Set's the set for XY evolutions or whatever that is. And then to the left of that is a little circle. Likewise, on here you'll see there's a little star. And the meaning of that is circle is common, diamond is uncommon, and star is rare. So when you open up a pack here, and oh geez, that's a promo card. Those don't even come in booster packs. Those are things reserved for special events or special promotions, promo. So that's giant red flag. But when you come to a pack and it has 1, 2, that's a common, uncommon, common, And this Sideways Ninetales, I think, is a promo or a rare. It's got to be a rare because it's a special card. It's the Sideways one. So there's 3 rares and like 2, 3 uncommons, I think. Yeah, that is a and a promo. You know, don't the promo there. That is a huge red flag. They don't do that. That's not how that's meant to go. And with that promo card there, you know, that's not even belonging to the set. You know, that's no good. So it was a good laugh taking a look at these and just comparing them to the old cards here and showing like how much has changed or how little has changed and why that's a problem. But yeah, so sorry, this is a really shaky, just kind of haphazardly put together video, but I hope you had a fun little romp as I show how silly these forgeries are and get to chuckle at this. I'll post if something super interesting happens in the rest of these packs, but I have a feeling it's not going to be super much more than we've already seen, so I don't know. Actually, you know what? Are there actually 10 cards in this? Did that lie? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 cards in this pack. The pack so that, you know, one more for the list. There were only 8 cards in the pack that says there should be 10. Fantastic. There we go. Well, I hope... Oh, and Charmander 9, so... Did I miscount? Sorry, I might be an idiot. Let's try again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nope, it's 9. Okay, well, they done goofed, and, well, I hope this was at least mildly entertaining for y'all. Have a good one.